MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Caleb Smith gets the ball for Miami in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that is a little bit up and down throughout points of his career.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone.
Well, that's going to wake everyone up. First pitch of the game. Now you understand why the manager puts this beast in the leadoff spot.
And now pitch on the way. Here's a huge swing by Acuna and a drive to deep left. And that is off the wall. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. And the screen shows the story right there, as that hitting streak will live to see another day. Stepping into the box, Ozzy Alves. He's currently 4th in the National League RBI race with a chance to add to that total here. But this is yanked down out there at shortstop for the first out. So here's the cleanup hitter, Dale Murphy. He's come up in big spots like this more than once this year. Currently 2nd in the NL in RBIs. Strike called, now the throw down. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
That's not an easy thing to do, steal third base, especially off a catcher like this that has a good throwing arm.
And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well, as he's behind 0-2 now. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
I love a well-executed changeup, especially one down in the zone. The only problem throwing it in that situation, you leave that belt high or miss your spot just a hair, and you could have some problems.
Chasing after it is Joyce. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And the run is in to score from third. It's a 2-0 ball game. At the plate, Fred McGriff, as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. Anderson is there, and the side is retired. Phil Niekro, a righty from the state of Ohio, will do the pitching in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, man, this is one of the game's all-time best pitchers. Over 300 career wins, and he's been doing his thing for a long time. It'll be interesting to see if he can continue that solid work in this one today, Matt.
Guys, one of D-Row's former employers, the Braves, as they begin play here this afternoon. They come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. I'm just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year you get this hot. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch.
Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike. There's a good knuckleball. Got it by him for strike 2. Big swing and a miss at the knuckler, and now there are 2 gone.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
And a good job there to lay off. It's ball 4 as he becomes their first base runner of the ball game now with 2 away. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around. Stepping in for the Braves, Chipper Jones. He enters play at number 6 in National League batting average. First offering on its way. Line to shortstop, and there's 1 away. Digging in now, Omar Vizquel, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now here's the pitch. Hit hard back up the middle. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out hit. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
You think there's any justice in the game? Watch those two at-bats. Both of them hit on the absolute screws. One's right at one guy, and then one's a single. Go figure.
And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball one. The 1-0 home. It's a high drive to left. Back toward the wall, but he's going to run out of room. It's gone!
And with one swing of the bat, he shows you why he's dripping with tools. He's got the speed. He's got the power. You don't know how to attack this guy. You can't put him on base with a knock or a walk, or he'll just end up on second or third.
And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Now that's left fielder, Kenny Lofton.
Into the box, Kenny Lofton. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
You'd think they'd stop pitching to this guy by now. He's been torching them all weekend, and he stays hot here with another extra base hit. They'll be happy when this series is over.
High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Dickerson going back. Gone!
Well, Dero, you know, they say records are made to be broken, and what a monster year this guy's had.
Yeah, there it is, Dan. Most RBIs in one season. I can't begin to tell you as a former offensive player what that means. You want to put biscuits in the basket. Runs scored and ribbies. Runs scored and ribbies. And this guy's the best in the business right now.
So up steps Ozzy Alves. These Marlins as they take the field this afternoon. They come off another loss last time out, and in fact they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Matty, this
swing and a long drive again. This one to deep center. That one's out of here. Back-to-back home runs. And we've seen 4 round trippers from these guys so far. Dan, Dero, what do you make of all this?
Yeah, Matty, it's scorching out right now, and they always say,
oh, no, that hit him. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the second out at first.
Up next for Atlanta.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Fred McGriff. He popped out in his first trip.
yeah, I don't mind him trying to try.
Now he goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. And, oh, he missed a home run by a matter of feet. It's off the wall. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
The third baseman, Chipper Jones.
In now, Chipper Jones, as he sends a soft bouncer to the right side of the infield. Throw in time, and they stop the bleeding as the side is. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Garrett Cooper is in to start things out as he swings and misses at that one at strike 1. Today's ball game gives the Braves a chance to end the series on a really high note. A win will complete the sweep.
Sure does, and it's always difficult to sweep and win a series on the road, especially when you're playing a division opponent.
Acuna comes on now, and he has it 1 down.
The third baseman, Anderson.
Brian Anderson is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. They may be hard-pressed to get the same sort of performance on the mound that they got yesterday, a complete game shutout, but something close would certainly give them a chance to complete a sweep.
You don't see it very often, a complete game shutout like they had yesterday. Hopefully that's the beginning of things to come, and their starting pitcher could get them deep into this one as well.
Matt Joyce is in with 2 away as he takes a ball. 1-0. Fouled off. 2 out, nobody on. Strike 2 as that's taken on the outside part of the plate. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Top of the third set to get underway, and stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Omar Vizquel.
Omar Vizquel.
Here comes the first pitch. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard. They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the...
Hit high and deep out to left field. And it's gone. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. His second home run of the game as the blowout continues. Into the box now, Phil Niekro as he rips it on the ground to second. And that's through for another base hit. He'll make it 2 for 2 in this one.
Hey, we came into this one wondering how he was going to throw on the mound. That all goes out the window. He just mixed in his second knock of the game. He's going to be smiling for a while on this.
At the plate now, Kenny Lofton, as he'll take a look at ball one. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. A ball and a strike now to the Atlanta leadoff man.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team. Not afraid to execute.
Smoked the other way, high and deep to left. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall.
When you play with fire, you have to expect to get burned once in a while. He's about as hot as you can get right now. They continue to pitch to him, and he continues to make them pay. Nice double off the wall here.
Acuna digs in now. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball one. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. Drilled to the left side. And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late. Adam Conley is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the third inning you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. And that'll bring in the former top prospect Ozzy Alves. Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run.
Well, he's as hot as anybody in the game right now, hitting a homer yesterday and 2 more today. They need to rethink whatever strategy they're using to pitch to him because he's killing them.
At the plate, Dale Murphy. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. Birdie is there, and there's one away. Striding in once again, Fred McGriff. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. First pitch on its way. Belted high in the air out to left. Dickerson going back, and this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one.
Now batting, third baseman, Chipper.
Stepping in now, Chipper Jones, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And he will creep ever closer to that record, as you see there. This hitting streak has reached epic proportions now.
D-Row, this guy is just amazing right now. He's just swinging a magic wand, and it looks like there's no end in sight to this streak.
Yeah, you can't think of anything else. This is national news right here. This is all anybody's talking about. When you start getting into these numbers, almost 2 months, and you're challenging Joe DiMaggio and the 56-game hit streak, it's all anybody should be talking about.
Joe Torre stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. From the belt, the pitch.
That's out.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Back up the middle. And that is through into center field. A base hit. The runner scores from second.
Man, this thing's blown open right here as they've exploded for 8 runs in this inning alone. Everyone knows that offense is contagious. That much is pretty obvious in this one.
Into the box, Phil Niekro. A dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get an out on the play.
The batter, the left fielder,
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, Gil, on a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play just to knock that ball down.
The runner from second crosses the plate.
Before this game started, if you would have asked them if they would have been happy to score 9 runs in a game, they'd take it all day long. But 9 in an inning? That's just insane.
Brandon Kinsler is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the third inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. And Joyce will put this one away, and the inning is over. But not before they hang a 9 spot on him here to really open up this ball game. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Atlanta leads it 17-0. So that'll bring in Monte Harrison next. He leads off this half inning in what they hope will be a rebuttal to all those runs they just gave up.
Well, Matt, I think mentally they need to get 1 or 2 of these runs back right here. Just getting on the board after getting socked in the mouth by an opposing team can lift the team up a bit. We'll see if they can string something together.
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
When you find yourself in an 0-2 hole against one of the best hurlers in baseball, you're basically just hoping to make contact. He's so good at putting guys away, though.
He froze him on the fastball there. Monte Harrison is sent packing to begin the bottom of the third. This is popped up, and Chipper's got it. 2 gone now.
Up next for the Marlins.
Coming to the plate now, Miguel Rojas looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. McGriff is there to make the catch, and the side is ready for another shot now. Ozzy Alves. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line.
Very rarely, Matt, do you see a first pitch changeup hit out of the ballpark. That tells me right now that this guy was up there looking for the changeup in that last at bat. We'll see if they pitch him any differently here.
And now the Atlanta number 4 hitter, Dale Murphy, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice thus far. Now here's a swing and a little bouncer out to the left of the mound. On to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the 4th. Digging in, Fred McGriff. So far, 2 for 3 in this one.
The last at bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
I know that's the spot he didn't want to miss in, but he got away with it.
0-1, here it comes. Grounded to third. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Braves retired. Up next from Miami, John Birdie. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Now he bounces a knuckleball up to the plate for a ball. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. And it's fouled away. Looking to punch him out again, the pitch. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
And Dickerson behind 0-2 now. Dickerson, originally from Mississippi, he was an 8th-round selection back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
Jorge Alfaro swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
Woo-wee! That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
And the Marlins had their first hit of the game. So he's aboard here on the 2-out single, but overall, this is
The batter, the first baseman, Garrett Cooper.
And that'll bring in Garrett Cooper as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 1 left for Miami. They're in a wee bit of a hole. Down 17-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Chipper Jones. He'll lead things off against the same reliever that finished off the last inning.
Well, you don't see in this day too many relievers going multiple innings, but guys have to earn that trust from their managers. We'll see how he handles it here.
And the pitch. Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. Solo shot to right center. Home run number 15 for him thus far as they just continue to pour it on here. I almost can't believe I'm saying this, but that was the 8th home run of the game for these guys. How about this offensive performance?
Yeah, Matty B, you know what, D-Roll, there's an old saying, when the temperatures start to heat up, so do the bats, and that's what we saw on this one.
Yeah, Dan, without question, when the weather heats up, there's nothing better than putting on a uni and getting after it. Maybe you got a little 5 o'clock shadow work and haven't shaved in a couple days, and you're trying to go bridge. And that's exactly what these teams did today. Weather was warm, they were letting it go.
In now, Phil Niekro, and there he goes towards second. Pitch inside. The throw is well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
You don't see that very often against this guy. This guy has one of the best arms in the game, but still a successful steal of second base.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
The 1-1. Hit to third. He's right there, and that's the second out.
Now batting.
2 gone now in the Atlanta half of the 5th, and stepping in is the left fielder, Kenny Lofton. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And the runner from second is in to score, and he will pull into second with an RBI double.
The center fielder.
Boy, this guy's having a great game here so far, D-Roll. Home run earlier in the night, and that base hit right there drives in his 3rd run batted in of this game.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm.
Tack on another here as the runner scores from second.
Well, I'm not sure they can do anything different, but it comes a time where you have to call the dogs off. I mean, they've already scored 20 runs, and this thing ain't over yet. We might be here till midnight.
Ozzy Alves stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1. 2 home runs already to his name in this one, and we'll see if he could possibly strike again. He pulls this one into right. Harrison makes the catch, and the inning is over. First pitch coming. Here it is.
For the Marlins, the third baseman.
Oh, he chased a bad pitch that time. It's strike 1.
Anderson.
Man, he's looking sharp so far. 80% of his first pitches are for strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
And a good pitch there as this ball swung on and popped straight up the chute right around home plate. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Matt Joyce is at the plate as he watches ball 1. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Joyce in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Around first, digging for 2. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
First time up, he went down looking. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And he punches out another one, make it 9 for the ball game. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch, and even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
Line toward the gap in left center, and that's going to get down out there. The throw home. And he will beat the tag. Safe at the plate.
You know, D-Roy, they finally push a run across here. Yesterday, they were shut out, so anytime they could score, it's almost like throwing a party.
Yeah, Dan, no kidding. Look in that dugout. Looked like there was steam coming out of the hitting coach's ears right there. They had to get the offense going. Maybe that's the breakthrough they needed.
2-1.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
Ramirez, the runner at first with 2 gone. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Ryan Stanek gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. First pitch on its way. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Dickerson's there, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the first baseman, Fred McGriff.
Digging in, Fred McGriff. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. After it is Dickerson. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Chipper Jones.
Now in the box, Chipper Jones. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. From the stretch. Lifted down the line in left. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Hit out towards second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Braves retired. In now, John Birdie. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game, but this continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
2-0 now. And he swings right through it there. 2-1.
You know, if a knuckleballer's in a game this late, he's got a good one working. He's been able to manipulate that thing all over. It's been dancing, occasionally mixing in a fastball. He's done a nice job.
He stays alive, still 2-2. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. Digging in, Corey Dickerson. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. This one's down to 3rd. There to take it is Chipper. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting, catcher.
First pitch of the at-bat. Jorge Alfaro is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
I think when a team starts struggling, certainly offensively, it's just guys try and play above their pay grade. Know who the best players are in the lineup and try and get on base to set them up.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. And he's got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ball game, and that'll end. 7th inning ready to roll, and that'll bring up the switch-hitting shortstop, Omar Vizquel.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Natty, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile, but hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
0-1.
And this is cut on and missed below the knees, and it's 0-1.
That's just a great pitch right there. Great execution. He just got that hitter to think that pitch was knee-high. Nasty diving out of the zone.
Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove. And he'll make it to first easily on what will almost certainly be ruled an infield single.
Joe Torre.
Joe Torre will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. Here's the first pitch to him. Line drive to center field. Joyce has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out.
The pitcher. Number 35. Bill.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And there's a line drive, base hit to left field.
He came to play today, not just only on the bump right there. He's thrown the ball well, but on the offensive side of the ball, he's able to contribute and help this offense put itself in position to score some more runs.
To the plate now, Kenny Lofton in there. Now the throw. And they're not going to get him at third, so runners at second and third now with only one gone. The 0-1 delivery.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there, a little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Anderson takes charge, and he's got it. 2 down. Now to the plate, Ronald Acuna. 4 hits already in this one, and looking for number 5 here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Second and third, 2 away. Here's a huge swing by Acuna and a drive to deep left. Gone! So a 3-run shot to left center, his second of the game, as this lead got even wider.
The batter, number 1. Second baseman. Ozzy.
Standing in now, Ozzy Alves. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Joyce is there, and that's the third out. Bruce Sutter gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Garrett Cooper stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1. A high fastball is in there. Struck him out, so he's set down on strikes for the second time today.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Brian Anderson is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. 1 run on 3 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins.
1 ball.
A ball and 2 strikes. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Now batting.
Here it comes.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. 1-2.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
Struck him out, so he makes quick work of him. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Dale Murphy, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now Murphy connects and sends this one soaring out to left field, and that is off the wall. And that is where the wheels pay off as he's able to make it into second with a hustle double. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. At the plate, Fred McGriff. Bullet back up the middle.
Number 93.
Catch made in straightaway center as the runner tags from second.
Batting 9. Number 2, Jonathan.
Now batting, Chipper Jones. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that.
And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Yeah, Matt, hard to stay focused on the game when the score is this far out of hand, especially when you're on the losing side of it. Even as broadcasters, it can be a little bit challenging to stay fully dialed in.
And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double. Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5-hit ball game for him here, and those don't come along every day. Stepping in now, Joe Torre. He hits it hard on the ground to the left. Dive, but it's off his glove, and the run should score. Throw to first, not in time as the run is across to score. Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5-hit ball game for him here, and those don't come along every day. Now both runners are breaking. Pitch outside. The throw. Not in time. He's safe at third as they pull off the double steal. The 1-0. Lifted in the air out to center field. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. And the throw comes into third, but it's not in time, and it'll be scored a sac fly and an RBI. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line towards center field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. Ready for another chance? Monte Harrison. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
A ball and 2 strikes now. As mentioned early in the broadcast, this series finale had the potential to result in a series sweep, and at this point in the game, it's looking rather promising.
Hey, Matty V, Yogi Berra had a great saying, it ain't over till it's over. Well, this one's just about over with the team playing as well as they are and leading by as much as they are. This one is pretty much in the books.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. And it certainly would be a big morale boost to a team if they're able to complete a sweep like this one on the road in hostile territory.
They might even change their nickname for this team to the Road Warriors. A sweep is looking pretty good as they're leading this one again late in the ballgame.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Miguel Rojas. They're quickly down to their final 4 outs here tonight. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he got him out in front that time. Strike 1. Popped him up. Torre has a play. And no one will get this one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes. All set for the start of the inning, and that brings forward Ronald Acuna Jr.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at bat, his 2nd home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more.
He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out. The next to bat for Atlanta, Ozzy Alves. He homered back in the 3rd inning in this one. First offering on its way. Liner toward right center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. He hit the corner and tries for 3rd. The relay, but he is in there with a triple.
Wow, you'd think they'd learned their lesson and would pitch around this guy. That's his 3rd extra base hit of the game. This one a triple, and he can seemingly do nothing wrong.
At the plate now, Dale Murphy. A bouncer to the left side. And there are 2 away now.
Now batter.
Standing in, Fred McGriff. 2 hits in 6 tries for him thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fouled away. Here's the 0-1. Hard hit ball towards the hole. Base hit, and that'll get a run in. The relay. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is digging in to try it again. John Berti starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. He'll throw down to first, 1 away. Ready once again, Corey Dickerson. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far. And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty, 1 man out. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
The discipline has just been completely absent from this offense. Seems like they're always finding themselves behind the count, and a big reason why is they're swinging at all kinds of stuff that's not even in the strike zone.
Got him to miss the breaking ball there. Corey Dickerson goes down, and they've got only 1 out left to work with. Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon. He gets the punch out as the Braves go on the road and sweep their division rivals in this 3-game series. 27-1 the final today.